All right. Welcome to Conversations from the Green Room. So this is a Sunday night, last show, 2-week run. Weird week. Yeah, just some interesting vibes going on. But tonight, Kobe died, and people called in asking if we were going to cancel the show. Some people didn't show up. There was like about a 15% of people didn't show up. But this is the hard part for being a comedian. And I think I want to talk to Rivas, or at least for him to give us his opinion, because I think of all of us, he's probably the one that was broken up the most about it or affected by it the most. Kind of sad at the beginning of the show. But yet our job is to take sadness and make it into something positive. To take tragedy and turn it into comedy. It's that old tragedy plus time thing. But how did you feel going up there and being funny at a time where you probably don't feel like being funny?
It was a little weird. I don't know how to explain. The feeling that I have right now, it's angry, sad, confused. Me being a basketball player growing up, that was the dude I looked up to. Obviously other players, but there was just something about Kobe Bryant that was different and stood out from Jordan and all the other great players. And getting these text messages while I was in the air, granted, I don't even know how I got these text messages in the air. I got one from my boy, it just said, fucking Kobe. And then my mom texted me saying Kobe Bryant died. I'm like, this shit's not real. And then I get another one from the ex-girlfriend saying, did you hear about Kobe Bryant dying? So I'm in the air like losing my mind. I did cry on the plane. Nobody didn't see it because I was near the window. And it was, losing my father. We would talk basketball. Kobe Bryant was his favorite player. So there was just a lot of emotions going on. And being on stage, you have to persevere. You have to keep going, and that's what Kobe was about. Is when you fail or when you're down, you just keep going. And I guess that's what
That happened. Push you through it.
Push me through it, yeah.
Yeah, because when I went on stage, what I said was like, "Hey, let's not be sad." People die all the time, and you got to mourn. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
But it's also a living memory of the fact that you got to live, man. You gotta take risks and take chances, and go for broke. And then, the hard part for me was I've already written 3 jokes that I'll never tell because they're not the kind of comedy that I do. But there were some jokes about how if Kobe lived in a different city, he probably wouldn't have crashed because he wouldn't have taken a helicopter. Because the only reason he's taking a helicopter is because of LA traffic.
Yeah, of course.
So if he lived in Billings, Montana, we'd still have Kobe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's little things like that I'm like, I can make that funny, but then it's like, it's not anything that I want to do.
Of course.
Now, how did it affect you in any way, shape, or form? You were the only one of us that went on with the with the shirt.
Yeah,
the Lakers shirt.
Kobe has been somebody that I've looked up to for a long time. Not just on the court, but just that Mamba mentality of just
kill it,
just going after it and not giving a fuck about what's in your way, and just having that laser focus.
Yeah.
And that determination has been so inspiring to me throughout my whole life, and even in my comedy career.
Right.
His work ethic,
yeah,
and all that stuff. It's just really, and so and other athletes or celebrities have passed away. I'd be sad a little bit, but today was the first time I actually cried.
Yeah.
Right.
I was just I couldn't believe it. I didn't want to believe it. And then I almost was just fucking, I don't even want to go do the show tonight.
Right.
But then I remember that what we do, what we're supposed to do, is to bring laughter to people.
Yeah. Especially at these moments.
Especially at these moments. So I was if this was a moment that I actually felt as a comedian we can contribute to society.
Sure.
This is it. This is one of the days that you can do, especially in Southern California.
Yeah.
So I was just all right, just go up there. Even Cisco, just I could tell you're a little shooting up at first, and I was just
yeah, he missed a couple tags. His voice was shaky. He wasn't the normal Lucas that I've seen, When
Sure.
he does the extra
Sure.
movements and stuff, he was just missing all of that. Like he just hit, like it was still funny, but he hit what he needed to hit.
Right. Well, for some of us, it's harder, right? For me, it's inspirational. For me, it's a way to go. Like, hey guys, this might be my last show. I didn't say that, but that might have been a little too much. But in my head, I'm like, what if it is? Like, you guys better enjoy it. You guys better have a good time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, those guys got in. Kobe got in there thinking he was going to get there. His daughter got in that helicopter thinking they were going to get there. The people that they were with, they were probably like, oh my God, we're getting on a helicopter with Kobe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, the emotions that were felt before that tragedy are what we have to deal with on a consistent basis. And that's, you know, and that laser-like focus. Listen, for good or bad, I know one thing for sure. There are many comics that might sit down and write shit for longer than I do because that's their process. But there is no comedian that works as hard as I do as long as I do on stage. It just isn't. Like, there
I
isn't.
would agree.
So I understand that laser-like focus of, like, you know, because I could go on stage for 3 hours, but if tomorrow I were to wake up and somebody were to say, hey man, we need you to record a special tonight that is going on live on HBO. You don't have time to edit it. You don't have time to write it. You better just come with an hour. I'd be like, an hour? That's it? That's all you want? Can we do an hour and a half? Can we do 2 hours? You know what I mean? So I understand that laser-like focus, and I appreciate that laser-like focus. It brings me a sense of peace to understand that that's such a part of being great. But, you know, like, the beauty of this moment is that even people that, well, the majority of people that don't like Kobe or hated on Kobe or said, you know, when Stephen A. Smith, you know, 15 years ago was like, I like Kobe, but pass the ball, Kobe, pass the ball. I guarantee you that tomorrow you wake up and listen to First Take, and there isn't going to be a negative thing said about that guy.
Of course not.
Right? I mean, that's, you know, that's the beauty of, that's the cool thing about when you pass away, that people kind of just look over your shortcomings and kind of try to see you from a just purely different, beautiful perspective.
From a human perspective.
Yeah. And so that was it. How did it affect you at all in any way? Because you grew up in Minnesota.
Yeah, I mean,
aside from the Gasol connection for the Lakers.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, I knew Kobe. I used to collect basketball cards like when I was a kid and stuff like that.
Yeah, but not even just that. Like when you went on stage, did you feel that they were?
Oh,
because
dude,
dude. So many people had
Lakers
shit,
yeah,
Kobe stuff. Like, did you feel a different energy?
I felt it. I like you were talking about Sunday crowds a while ago,
right?
And you know how they're a lot more subdued,
right?
But it seemed like they were even a little bit more subdued than what I was expecting.
Right.
You know, stuff that I know gets good pops weren't even popping like.
Right.
At that same
right.
level.
Right.
So I could feel that everybody was feeling something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how to address that.
I understand.
Yeah.
See, for us, it kind of got personal. Mm-hmm. Right. He's different. Yeah. Cisco, like, it was weird because, well, not weird, but when we walked in here, like, one of the first things Cisco said was, Am I different? Do I have a cold heart? Because I kind of don't feel much about it.
Yeah, it's like, it's not that I feel bad that he died.
Of course.
I don't, you know, and then you were there when my dad died. Like, I wasn't, like, I just don't know. Like, I don't process that emotion.
I understand your feeling.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because when my father passed away, I had that same feeling. Even though it hurt, it just didn't feel... I don't know, it was just a weird feeling. But
I didn't cancel a date. I literally did every single show. You know, like, it hurt. Like, you know, like, thinking about it hurts.
I understand.
Like, this is different for me. Like, this is, my thought process to this is, like, I feel bad that, and I think I was telling them that, like, he gave his all during basketball,
mm-hmm.
and missed weddings and birthdays and, you know, family events and stuff like that because he was so focused on leaving a legacy in basketball that when he really started to spend time with his family, that it was cut short. that's what I really feel bad for.
Yeah.
That he gave the world everything, and
I
his
think
family
everybody
suffered.
feels that way. Yeah.
Yeah, his family suffered, and now
Suffered. I mean, think about the fact that his wife is going to raise
four kids,
three
kids.
three kids
Yeah.
with just the legacy of the father, and and they lost a daughter.
Yeah.
I mean,
And she was really good at playing basketball. She wanted to be the next.
She
She
wanted
wanted
to
the
live
female
his
version
dad.
of Kobe.
right?
You know? And now that he's gone, it's like, he invested all that his youth into giving the world everything, and now
See,
when he's really supposed to enjoy the fruits of his labor, he can't.
yeah.
It sucks.
And I just want you guys out there listening to see that, like, as comedians, everything around us is the ecosystem of our comedy, but it's also the ecosystem of our lives. We're human beings. We're frail. We're awesome. We're shitty. We're cool. We're bad. Affected, kind of not, don't get it. You know what I mean? It's like, at the end of the day, though, we all went on stage, and the crowd left happy, and it was a weird show. I want to give shout outs to the Wicked Witch of the East. Anybody that's at the show, they know what the fuck I'm talking about. And Geppetto, that's really real kid life. But I guess the thing out there is that, sometimes you guys only see us in our element, which is on stage, doing the best material that we have, after honing it and massaging it and creating it, and then being confident in it and going up there and just rocking that shit, because that's our special, right? The majority of people don't come to see us perform live.
No.
It's in a special, and they don't get to see that we got to deal with this. You know what I mean? I kind of slept during the day, woke up, heard it, kind of really didn't believe it, didn't know if it was affecting me until I got in the car and a commercial was playing for, I think it was like the United Negro College Fund, bro. And I just started crying, and I'm like, what the fuck am I? And then I went, it's Kobe. Like, I feel bad. There's something inside of me that knows, but I couldn't commit to my pain because I gotta come over here. And I know that if I start crying and really feeling it, I'm gonna go up on stage and be all philosophical and shit. And, instead of being funny, it's going to be like joke. But wait, let's ponder life. I'm like, fuck, it's so hard, dude, that balance. So I think we struck a good balance, but at the end of the day, I guess what it is, we're affected by the same things you are. I think the difference is that we mourn differently. We mourn through making people laugh and making ourselves laugh.
For sure.
Yeah,
right?
I agree.
Yeah.
Anything anybody else want to say?
Yeah, I feel bad for that comic that was supposed to do the brand.
Yeah.
His
Yeah.
wife was on the helicopter as well.
Yeah.
And he canceled the
He
show.
was a musician.
He's like a parody guy.
Frank Sinatra. Parody.
Well, but okay, so like, see, that's something that you and I would venture to say that in, I don't know how long. All right, let me ask a question. So, there's a joke to be said about going on stage something like, man, Kobe died and that's fucked up. But you know what I really feel sorry for? The others. Because that's all they are.
Yeah.
We don't know fucking names. We don't know anything.
Yeah,
How would you like to be like Kobe died and these other people? There's
The
something.
tweets are always, Kobe, his daughter, and the other people on the helicopter.
Exactly.
Like, say their names. Who
9
they were,
people
what they
died.
did.
Right.
9 people
But
died.
my point is that premise will be funny.
Yeah, of course.
It just depends on how
Balance.
long do you have to wait
Yeah.
in order for that to be funny.
Of course.
So let's end on everybody answering that question of what you think. How long do you think you have to wait to make that funny of like how fucked up it is to be others and doing a joke about the fact that like Kobe died? Like had they died in a helicopter crash without Kobe, we would know their names.
True.
So how long before you could do that joke?
It all depends on how the joke is written.
So think of it written as best as humanly possible. Still, how long you gotta wait? Could it?
It all depends on the joke. It all depends on the person delivering, because every one of us has a different
So
style
for you
of
then,
joke,
for
right?
you, how long would it take you to do it, or to want to do it, or to have the balls to do it?
I'd say like 3 to 6 months.
Okay.
I'm gonna say if best of your abilities, 4 to 6 weeks. 4 to
Okay.
6 weeks.
Next week.
I don't know.
You can't even go there.
I'll probably even go there.
Huh? Yeah. I'm with you, dude.
Next week.
Next week you could do it,
Mm-hmm.
but I would only do
It'll
it
have to be tasteful.
to make a to
Well,
make
that's
to make
what-
to make a,
time.
to make a proper point.
Exactly.
Like to make
That's
the
why
point of like
you always need time.
you
A
know
week
what
is good.
Yeah.
But
Because
it's not going to work out itself in a week.
Because the joke really has to
try
be,
it out.
what the joke really has to say is, hey guys, we should feel bad that these other fucking people didn't.
Yeah.
And so for you guys, this is why we're saying, somebody that was performing at an improv in Brea, which is not far from here, is a parody kind of guy. He does singing parodies of some of the old crooners. He had to cancel his show tonight. It was sold out because his wife was on that helicopter. Now, if we weren't comedians, we never would have heard that. We never would know that. But as comedians, that's also the stuff that we have to do. You know what I mean? We have to not only point out the obvious, but we have to bring out the stuff that's not obvious to make people feel, laugh, think, and I guess what we're all saying is like we're heartbroken for everybody. You know, not for those people that are others. Their death is not less than. You know, they're all gone and they're all going to be missed.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Keanu Reeves said it best when they asked him, "Do you believe in the afterlife?" And he said, "I believe the people that love you will miss you."
Sure.
That's it, man. Till next time, from the green room.